there's this movie in the Sphere at Las Vegas called Postcard from Earth. I was telling you guys about it, which is like the whole movie's about we killed this planet, so we seeded another planet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the movie's about. That's why it's Postcard from Earth, because it's like we went to another planet and like
Right.
colonized it, essentially, or terraformed it, right? And I'm like, but that's the story of the Anunnaki. We're doing the same thing as them.
Mm-hmm.
But like over millions and millions of years, you forget the origin story. So are we that? And that's why we are so different from every animal on Earth. It's a little weird when you think about it. Like, what are we, bro?
Yeah, in certain ways, I don't think we're so different.
Right. But like,
I think that's what we have to. Like, there are certain things that we have that are different than them, but there are certain things that we need that are exactly all the same as.
no, it's for sure. No, because I think that, like, personally, I believe that we are all the universe realizing itself. Like, consciousness is just like, like to be aware of yourself is a very universal thing. You see it in an plant, an animal, a dog. Like, that's just what we are. But what I'm saying is, like, humans are rapidly evolved compared to everything else because we hit that level in the evolutionary chain, and I think that happens all over the universe. Like, I think I think we're not uncommon. You know, I think like if the setting is right, you'll find a human on a different planet.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's why they say like some of the Nordic aliens look like us. Like they could walk around, you would not even know. Right? So like that, at the end of the day, we're all just consciousness and we're all just playing this game called the universe. I'm just saying that, like, could Earth have been seeded by another colony? Battlestar Galactica kind of thing. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, especially with
I don't know what kind of evidence you'd have to look to prove that, right?
Remember when we were talking about like the recovered UAP vehicles, and I was like, one of them, Bob Lazar was like, they're found in archaeological digs. So that means that they've been here for a while, and then they've like hit some catastrophe. So like, are those the space? Is this Battlestar Galactica, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did we know this back in like the 1960s when Roswell happened? And then like they turned these into movies, and they were trying to tell us the whole time, it's like, dude, no, it's Battlestar Galactica. Like we are just like Anunnaki's real. Like they Tom Long, I was listening to a podcast, and he was saying that I got to read his book again because I have it, and he was saying that the reason why they pulled him into the Pentagon is because he wrote about like cargo cults. He said that human beings are just like cargo cults, which is like, if you bring, I think I told you about this before, right? Where if you bring like in World War II, they brought like spam and like all this stuff to like an indigenous tribe, and they started worshiping them because they're like, oh, you're like you're a deity, but it's like, no, dude, I'm just from America. So it's like these ships crash landed. Maybe the indigenous were the first people here, and then they were like worshiping these things, and then like through genetic engineering, the aliens were like, hey, maybe we could make ourselves, or like intermingling with the indigenous. I don't know. Like, maybe the indigenous were the first humans on Earth. And then everything else was like an Anunnaki offspring.
Right.
No, but like I just don't know how to explain it. Like the people that came out of Africa, like, you know, the story, and then we because like, why are you Indian? Why am I Filipino? Like, why are we so visually different? And like, one thing that the Anunnaki says, like, genetically engineered. Like in the story, it's like they put their genetic marker on you, on each of us, and that's what races are.
Right.
Like, do you know anything about, like, obviously, you know, like, oh, through millions of years of evolution, and then you became brown, and my eyes became like smaller. You know what I mean? Like,
but I think that is also there, but it's also like it's selection too, right? Beauty standard selections that happen in different areas do change.
So do you think that if I went to like India or like Africa for like, and my whole lineage was there forever, I would look black over time?
No, I think it depends on who you're selecting as your mate, let's say.
But for sure, but then how did it work? with like DNA spreading.
So it's selective. So what happens culturally? This becomes a beauty standard.
Yeah.
So if those people are not having those beauty standards, you're not going to be with them.
Totally. But
that's
like,
part of.
But if you all look the same from the beginning, though. But if you all look the same, like coming out of Africa.
Yeah.
So then.
No, there's slight deviations always happen, right?
Okay.
It's.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's like millions and millions of years of like selective breeding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a theory, right? We don't know yet. I don't think we have a foolproof thing.
That's
on
what
how that
dude.
is
I tried
done.
to Google it. I tried to Google it because like what they're saying. Like, so I was listening to the Billy Carson, and he was talking about races, and he was saying that like the Anunnaki just means somebody from not of Earth, okay? And like there are different races in the universe that came here, and we just generally call them Anunnaki. They don't all come from one planet, right? But like when they came here, they were like, okay, these are my people, these are your people, these are those people, right? And like we are just different offspring of those races.
Sure.
That's what he's saying. And I'm like, maybe. Let me look at science. So I Google it. I'm like, there's still no definitive reason why we're like.
But the DNA is still the same.
No, for sure. Because like I said, that I think it's universal. I think that like, of course it would follow this pattern on every other planet. I think DNA is like universal. Like the periodic table.
Yeah, but I think it depends on. No, it depends. That's more into it, but like the DNA would tell like the building blocks, right? Like the things that were part of your makeup. So if something was from a different planet, would it have to be? You're saying
no. If something was from a different planet, but it also used DNA, how could you tell which DNA was which DNA?
It depends.
Because they're both DNA.
No, I get it. No, but there's a makeup, right? So like say the bottom row of a DNA is all A's and then B's or D's and something. Okay. So if the other person has a different makeup.
No, but that's assuming that they genetically evolved different. But what I'm saying is that I think humans are just a natural process of evolution. And I think that humans were built on different planets as well. Like I think if you gave the correct ingredients to a planet, it would create exactly what we have. Like nothing's new in the universe. I don't think. Nothing's unique in the universe, right?
Yeah, there's different ways of looking at it. There's another thing I saw where it was Neil deGrasse Tyson that said like we're just made up of these three main ingredients, which are around the whole universe: carbon, nitrogen, and hydrogen. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And that is like the most basic ingredients of the universe that I'm sure there's life everywhere else. Because if these are the three main basic ingredients, there must be life outside. Yeah.
Exactly. And so taking that in consideration when you're like, well, the DNA would be different, I would be like, I'm arguing that I don't think the DNA would be different because they're just following the same pattern. Like, I don't think aliens and stuff is like paranormal. I think it's very normal. Like, okay, spiritually speaking, everything within the universe is a manifestation of the universe, right? Like, it's like you can't go outside the bounds of the universe. So everything that's built in the universe is natural because it's a part of the universe, bro.
Yeah.
Right? But I think the universe has patterns, which is true because like you look at the periodic table, you can take like that's why it's so universal. Like we can create science using the periodic table, right? So if we find this pattern on Earth, we'll find this pattern on other planets as well. Also having DNA, also having fish, also having plastic, also having metal, right? Because like when the meteor came from outer space, and you're like, oh, it's going to be a new material. No, it's made of copper, zinc, whatever. So you're like, okay, so nothing's new in the universe. It's just repeated in different places, right? So if the Anunnaki story is true, like, of course you wouldn't be able to tell their DNA from our DNA because it's both DNA, bro. You see what I'm saying?
I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah.
Because fundamentally, it's all the same. It's like saying like which hydrogen carbon or which hydrogen atom came from that planet and this planet. Well, they're both hydrogen, right?
Yeah.
So like maybe there is credence to the Anunnaki story because I still haven't found an explanation for why I look this way and you look that way. There's theories.
Sure.
Like, it's just like sunlight. There's a lot of sand in like Japan, and that's why their eyes had to get smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that makes no sense. Like,
Mm-hmm.
really? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.